The next topic that we are going to study is the potential drawbacks of using budget. We have seen that what are the positive sides of the budget. Let's see what are the drawbacks, what are the limitations of using the budget. The first major limitation of using the budget is lack of flexibility. When we speak this term lack of flexibility, it means that if budgets are set with no flexibility built into them, because, for example, budgets do not see that what are the expectations of the market and what changes, what uncertainties can happen. The budgets are called inflexible. If budgets are inflexible and the changes occur into the market, for example, economic or political or social changes, the budget will become unrealistic and it won't perform the purpose for which it has been built for. So unrealistic budgets will demotivate the budget holders themselves. They will feel the business has given us to purchase the raw material budget of 2 million only, but the prices have been increased like this 300%, 400% rise in the price. How can we purchase the raw material? So they will get demotivated and they won't perform their functions with the best of interest. Secondly, another limitation of the budget focuses on the short term only. Focuses on the short term only. When we speak the term short term, it means the period of 12 months. Most budgets are made for the period of 1 year only, for the 12-month only. So if we are just focusing the 12-month and 1 year, the manager should also be taking the short-term decisions. In economics, this is called short-termism. If we are ignoring the long-term objectives of the business and we are taking the short-term decisions in the business, that may sacrifice the long-term interest of the business. For example, the long-term interest of the business might be to develop a brand, but in the short term we are trying to save the cost. That might go in the opposite direction. So in the short term, for example, we are planning to cut the size of the workforce so that we can remain within the budget, but in the longer run it may create the negative impact on the business, and in the longer run the existing employees of the business might get demotivated and they might leave the business. So this is how the focus on short term might sacrifice the long term objective of the business. And remember that budget is always focused on 12 months, always focused on the short term, so the long term objectives might be sacrificed. 3, unnecessary spending. Okay. Sometimes the managers underspend their budget just before and the end of the budget period. They might make decisions to spend unnecessarily sometimes so that the same level of budget can be justified next year. This is the unnecessary spending that might result in the for example, they are spending it less because the budget period is ending so that they might save some money, or sometimes they are overspending during the year. If the large surplus exists by the end of the period, how could manager justify the same level of resources next year? If they are spending it less so that they might save some amount and be good in the eyes of the manager, senior managers, how can they make the budget of the same amount for the next year? If they are saving $1 million by the end of year to just show that they have planned it good and they have saved some amount, next year they will have to budget $1 million less. As a result of that, next year budget won't be according to the requirements. And the fourth one is budget for the new projects. For the new projects, there is a special problem because we haven't performed them, we haven't seen them, how the projects will look like and how the projects will perform in the future. We plan budgets for those, and we do not know what actually their income is. So the new projects budgets are always, most probably, are always inaccurate. Sometimes we are performing the similar projects, the budget might go correct, but if the projects are different, they have a new nature or something like that, so the budgets might also go incorrect and wrong. So these are few limitations of the budgeting.